Granite Bay High School Math Shorts are your 5-minute videos designed to provide an introduction or review of specific concepts utilized in math classes at Granite Bay High School. We hope you find these useful and helpful. This short is on graphing linear equations when the equation is in standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Typically we want a, b, and c to be integers, and typically we want a to be a positive value. Remember, linear equations, whenever you graph a linear equation, you're always going to get a line. That line could be positive slope, it could be negative slope, it could be a horizontal line, and it could be a vertical line. But regardless, it will be a line. There's 3 popular forms of linear equations that we deal with. This is form number 2, standard form. You can see how to graph the other forms in other math shorts. Standard form, ax plus by equals c. Again, a, b, and c are typically integers when you write an equation in standard form, but they don't always have to be integers to utilize this graphing technique. But it does have to be ax plus by equals c. Now, this isn't something we use in graphing, but it's something good to add to your toolbox. The slope, when you're in standard form, will always be the opposite of a over b. That's just a little extra, might help you later down the line. To graph from standard form, ax plus by equals c, we're going to go through this process. We're going to utilize a t-chart. We're going to put diagonal zeros in that t-chart. We're then going to use cover-up math to determine the 2 intercepts. And then you're going to plot the intercepts and connect the intercepts with a ruler. This is what your t-chart will look like. It doesn't matter whether your 0 in the x column is first or second. Just make diagonal zeros. If you would prefer to have this set up here, x, y, and put your diagonal zeros this way, that's perfectly fine. It really does not matter. Cover-up math works like this. When you're looking at a 0 in the x column, right here, you're finding the y-intercept. Take your hand, your finger, and cover up the term that has the x in it. A times 0, when x is 0, is going to be 0. That's going to leave you with by equals c. When you solve for y, you're going to get y is equal to c over b. It's not important for you to memorize that. It's just important to remember you're solving for y. Then, when you put in a y equals 0, a 0 in the y column, you're going to cover up the term that has the y in it and solve for x. When you solve for x, in this case, you get c over a. Again, it's not important for you to remember c over a or c over b. It's important to remember you're solving for the x or the y. It might be easier to see with this example. 3x plus 4y equals 12 is an equation in standard form. A is 3, b is 4, c is 12. When we put in a 0 for the x column, we cover up the term 3x. When we solve for y, we divide both sides by 4, and we get y is equal to 3. So we put a 3 in the y column. When we cover up the y term, when the y value is 0, and we divide both sides by 3 to solve for x, you're going to get x is equal to 4. Now to graph this, we're going to plot the 2 intercepts. 0, 3 is the y-intercept. 4, 0 is the x-intercept. This graph, all I require is that you use 2 points. So when we're graphing 3x plus 4y equals 12, and we want to know what that graph's going to look like, we use 2 points, the intercepts, in order to graph. equation 3x plus 4y equals 12 has a slope. Remember, opposite of a over b. So the slope is going to be the opposite of 3 over 4. You can see this line has a negative slope. You can also see that it goes from here, from the y-intercept, we're going to go down 3, and we're going to run 4, a negative 3/4. This equation in standard form only need to have 2 points in order to graph these. Here's another example. This one is 2x minus 5y equals 20. So a is 2, b is negative 5, and c is 20. When we cover the x term and we solve for y, we divide both sides by negative 5, and we're going to get y is equal to negative 4. When we cover up the y term and we solve for x, we divide both sides by 2, and x is equal to 10. So when we plot these points, 0, negative 4, and 10, 0, we now have the x and y intercepts that we need. If we connect those points with a ruler, we now have the line graphed. 2x minus 5y is equal to 20. Make a T-chart with diagonal zeros. Use cover-up math to find the 2 intercepts, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Plot those intercepts and connect them with a ruler.